back at you. So, the one thing I want to get about this thing, racism thing, like you have from the Queen Warrior herself, like this is what that meme was saying about Queen Warrior Harry Tubman. Was she was stating that you can't win peace by force. You can only win peace by understanding. And that's when the Queen Warrior Harry Tubman, who chose either life or just with the peoples. So I just want to calibrate with the peoples out there that's making this come up to make the right adjustments. For sure, a number one necessity of an adjustment is cultural appreciation, right? Gotta show culture and appreciation, and we gotta always remember, as much as history, and much as stand-up actions our elders has put against the so-called powers that be, during from the 1600s and so on and so forth. We have plenty of similar history prior to 1600, prior to 1492, which is really what I'm trying to get at. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it just feel like controversial for me because like I'm supposed to have this certain directness with the continent, to say like how we can really associate ourselves with that continent, because we get to the category of racism. You know what I'm saying? We got different actions and abilities within our own group. You know what I mean? It's just the way of inhabitants that made that change. I was told by the good nation that there is a certain group of people that will be like detrimental. You know what I'm saying, to your livelihood. And it so happens that we're eating falsified foods. We're not getting enough sun like how we're supposed to. We don't practice the exercise and the natural abilities that we can. We don't get in tune with the magical wisdom they keep talking about, which is melanin. And we've been deprived of that purposely. Like I said, that's a purposely racial attack that was done to us in the prospect of revenge. And that's the kind of racism that's here today. It's a revengeful racism. But we always had our categories of different associations, of different type of groups of people that partake to a certain side. Just how we have in the hood today. You go to New York, certain dudes act a certain way, uptown act a certain way, Brooklyn act a certain way, but we were still all in one concubine, and nowadays it's like we don't see that, nowadays it's not like you see that. It's because of the information, the distortion of the information. So this is why I'm up on the uprise and trying to bring live and direct videos to you, live into the screen. Like, this is who you see. It's no missing third party or something like that. Because people feel confrontational when they see this information. They see it hits a key note in their mind frame, but they don't want to deliver to it because they're not. It's so much distortions going around that they're not trustworthy. So I'm live and direct with it. I appreciate doing the memes and the posting, and reposting and stuff like that. But it's like it won't directly hit until somebody live and direct show them. Like I said, we are no different. Like the same barbecues, same type of rituals you put in your barbecues, the same things like they barbecue out there in the continent. The certain way that you put your words together, even though they not be the same words, but the way you put your words is different. Like that man, it's like the man on that continent. like the man and the woman and that child in that continent. You know, you have the same tones, the same energy in the in the vocals. So you are like one and the same. You know what I mean? You like the equator, the warm weather, tropical weather. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not going to get on the categories because I'm not here to make fun of that. This is serious business. We're missing out on our main necessities, and we're withhold from our main necessities, distorted, and we're figuring out why we're so discontent, why we're so discontinued of rights and privileges. You know what I mean? Like Michael saying, you can't be in a man's house that's stabbing you with the same knife and spoon that he's feeding you with. That's a theology that's really sacrament into the problems we face. You know? And he touched that with the gold, the silver, the platinum, the jewels, the houses, the water pools, the wiping money on your behind, the throwing in the air like it's raining. He kept that in your mind frame. On the other continent, same as well. I don't. When you talk about the other continent, it's not all good and gravy there, but it's just that they've been left with nothing but to deal with that ancestral, natural way of life. Key way to get away from this guy, because he doesn't deal with the natural way of life. Certain parts of his anatomy doesn't deal with that. A lot of parts of our anatomy deals with that. That's what I'm here for. If I got to do it live and direct, shoot videos, make a mockery in my face or whatever, I hope them so-called, jealous, Sweato type, under the doctrine, King James doctrine, and putting blasphemy in my face. You know what I'm saying? Because I got keynotes for you too that represent that name. I already linked that name to where it originated from, to the people you dislike, you discredit them as putting them as your enslaver. Shabaka, King Shabaka was known to talk to your kings and make peace and amenities with one another. All right, hold it down, express. You know what I'm saying? All your good peoples, all the melanated people, stand up, man. I'm for those Trump dessert. That's a dessert right there, ready to happen.